All right, this is the first pin of this post. So for those that don't know, I'm going through my pins on Pinterest and finally making them. So this is the one I've chosen to do first. It's a maple apple ricotta cake from the original dish, and it turned out wonderful. This is my version when it came out of the oven, and it was delicious. So let's get into how we make it. We take 3 large apples, or 12 ounces of apples, cut them into thin slices. Then you're going to need 1 tablespoon of butter melted. Put your apples in the fry pan, cook them for 1 to 2 minutes on high, then add 125 ml of maple syrup. Cook it for another 1 to 2 minutes. Put it all into a bowl. Make sure you get those juices because they are going to make the cake absolutely beautiful. Then you're going to get 125 grams of butter, or 4 ounces, melted in that fry pan again. You want to brown it, so you're going to be cooking it for about 5 to 7 minutes, and then put it into a bowl. Make sure you scrape out all those crispy brown bits. So in a separate bowl, you're going to take 180 grams of plain flour, 2 tablespoons of baking powder, 100 grams of caster sugar, a teaspoon of salt, and whisk that all together. And then in a separate bowl, you need 150 grams of eggs. For me, that was 2 eggs. Some people might need 3, depending how big your eggs are. Give it a bit of a whisk. Then we're going to add in our 12 ounces of ricotta. Scrape it all in there. Make sure it's whole milk because you want that fat for this cake to turn out nice and custardy, so don't get skim. Whisk it all together. Then you're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Give it a little bit of a whisk again, and then we're going to add in our butter that we melted that's just been cooling aside. So give that a good whisk. I like to put in just a little bit at a time, just as if it's too hot, we don't want to cook the eggs, so this just tempers it a little bit to make sure that it's all good. After this, you're going to take your dry mixture, so just take half of it, and then we're going to add our wet mixture in and just gently fold it. You don't want to be too rough with this process, otherwise you'll be ending up with a tough cake, and nobody wants a tough cake. After you've folded that in, add the other half of the flour. Give it a gentle mix again, folding it in. Then we want to add about 3/4 of our cooked apple, and again gently fold it in till it's just mixed evenly. Put that into a lined 9-inch round cake tin. Make sure it's lined because you really don't want it sticking to the bottom there. Smooth that all out, and then take the remainder of your apple, put it on top. I like to do a bit of a pattern around it. You can just kind of put it on top however you like, though. It is completely up to you. I just think it looks nice this way. Then you want to put it into a preheated oven at 175 degrees or 350 Fahrenheit. You want to bake that for 40 to 45 minutes. I like to check it at 40 minutes. And then when it's cooked, you bring it out and it looks like this. You can eat it cold or hot. Leave it in a tin for about 10 minutes before you remove it though. And then I like to serve it with a bit of maple syrup on top. And enjoy!